Hi everyone, Alistair Davies here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video or lesson is all about how you should practice, how you should transform your golf swing, how you can make those technical changes stick. So we get a lot of guys that think they work hard on their golf swing but don't necessarily do it in the right way, so therefore the changes don't stick. They can't transport them to the course, they can't keep the swing changes apart from during the lesson tee or apart from a small section of practice. So we're going to talk today about how you should practice in order to enforce and keep changes for longer or make them permanently ideally. If you are new to the channel, please consider following and subscribing. I post 3 videos a week on a variety of subjects, all designed to lower your scores. Now keep watching to learn how. So today we're looking at swing changes. How can we enforce swing changes? What kind of reps should we do? How should we do the reps and so on? Now it is going to vary slightly player to player, but what I'm going to give you today is kind of what I would call my blanket information if you were trying to enforce changes. So we're going to talk about something I'm working on my golf swing at the moment. I'm trying to work on my backswing at the moment. My backswing has a tendency to work around my body, get cross-lined a little bit flat in my shoulder plane and a little bit narrower than I wanted to at the top of the swing, and with a little bit of a cupped lead wrist. Most of these faults are connected, so if I do the first bit wrong, the other bits kind of roll onto each other. So I want to talk to you about a process in which you should do in order to fixate these changes. And now is an ideal time. Because we're in lockdown, it's ideal now not to think about outcomes. So the time of year we're in, or the situation we're in, it's ideal to work on positions and more technical stuff rather than performance-based stuff, which is why net works really, really well. I don't really care where the ball's going to go. It's all about how I can make sure I can change some positions or movements or feelings in my golf swing to transform that into the natural. Now, research shows it takes 10,000 reps or something without doing any of the old to get unconscious change. So that's pretty hard when you're playing a lot, right? You're not going to go and do 10,000 balls before your next round. But because we're in lockdown in most countries at the moment, we've got the opportunity to do a lot of reps. What I'm going to advise is you do some reps every day, whether that be half an hour's practice, or 200 balls. It depends on your fitness levels and your enthusiasm and lots of other things. So if we talk about this in gears, so gear 1 would be breaking the skill down into what I would call stages. Gear 2 would be doing it in slow motion. Gear 3 would be trying to do it at what you call comfortable speed or pretty much normal speed. And Gear 4 would be doing it flat out speed and more unconscious. And Gear 5 would be taken to the course unconscious. So if I'm working, as I said, on my backswing, my takeaway, if I'm going to try and feel I'm going to work on that initially, I'm going to do a lot of slow motion rehearsals. And for me, I'm feeling that my hands go deeper, as I'd call it, more in, and the club face gets more closed, more parallel with my spine. Again, my tendency is more that and that. Okay, so I'm really feeling this as much as I can. Then what I would do is go and hit some golf balls, where I do it in stages. And again, I'm not worried at all about the contact or where the ball goes. Again, having the net there is ideal because I don't see where the ball goes, but I'm not worried about the contact. In a way, the worse contact, the more it motivates me to work harder. That's my psychic. If I'm hitting the ball great, I get bored. So if I've got something to work on or I'm failing, it makes me want to practice. If I'm hitting the ball nicely, even if my positions are bad, if I don't see them because I'm not looking at it on video, I'm happy to carry on. Now gear 2 of that would be to try and do the same thing in slow motion without stopping. Again, love to have a rehearsal. Then go to slow motion trying to do the same feels. And then you break that up into going faster and faster and more normal and more normal. Ideally, what I'd want you to do would be probably, if you were going to do the three skills in one day, it's probably 30 balls of each. So 13 stages, 13 slow motion, and 30 at more comfortable speed, more normal speed. Probably about 85% of your natural, your full capacity speed. If you're going to break that down over, say, a number of balls, you might well try and do 1,000 balls in stages. Now if that takes you 2 weeks, it takes you 2 weeks. 1,000 balls of slow motion, 1,000 balls full speed. What we're doing there is we're really trying to groove a change in pattern, a change in movement, so we can get it in. Every time then we go to hit a ball in full speed, I would definitely want rehearsals so we can feel what we're trying to do. And then just slowly get more and more comfortable. Now, as I said to you, it's going to take a lot of reps to get comfortable. And the other way I will do it sometimes also is I will video every swing for a period of about 5 or 10 swings. Review everyone. Is it moving the way I want it to? Then go make slight adjustments, and try and calibrate the feels with the movement, so I know exactly what I'm doing. So this is how I'd recommend you practice during this lockdown period. Lots of positional stuff, lots of stage stuff at first, and then moving into slow motion stuff, and then building the speed up, and the comfort levels should increase also. Now this is the best way to change your movements. So the best thing to do is take advice from a coach, what things you should be doing, and then work on them nice and slowly like I've talked about, ideally hitting into a net so we can't see where the ball goes, so we take out the outcome, take out the performance side of it, and just worry about the changes we're trying to make. And you should see then when we come out of this lockdown period, you playing in a far, far better place than you were before you went into it. Certainly you should be moving differently, you should be feeling differently, and the ball flight should be changing. So ask any questions you have down below. I welcome any questions and also feedback and also requests for videos. Also, if you've enjoyed the video, please click like and share the video. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please hit my logo down this bottom corner and join me on my journey. I'd love to have you on board. And make sure you check out the content I've got coming up soon. I think it's really good. See you soon.